Hello everyone, in this video we are going to go through CSS margins. Margins are used to create a space around elements outside of any defined borders. And for this video I am using Visual Studio Code as my code editor. If you need to learn more about VS Code, you can watch my videos and find the links in the description below. And we have got this index.html. Let me show you what we have inside this web page. And this is what we have right now. Now I'm gonna create a div here. Sorry, let me make it lowercase. Alright, and I'm gonna type in here some theorem. Let me reduce it here, hit save, and let's give it some margins. Come here inside head tag. I'm gonna type in here style, and within a style tag I'm gonna give a reference of our div followed by curly braces, and I'm also gonna give it a border of 1 pixel solid red. And now let's add in here a couple of properties. Margin top 15 pixels, margin bottom 20 pixels, margin left 10 pixels, and margin right 15 pixels. Hit save. Now you can also shorten the code. It is possible to specify all of these margin properties in just one property. Let me delete all of them, and I'm gonna type in here margin and 20 pixels, 15 pixels, 10 pixels, and 30 pixels. Hit save. It saves you a lot of time. Now you can also set the margin property to auto to horizontally center the element within its container. Now if you see, I'm gonna delete this styling from here, and this is what we have right now. So let's center this text with auto property, and I'm gonna add in here a couple of styling. Width would be 200 pixels, and margin gonna be auto for all 4 sides, and I'm also gonna give it a border. I think I already have a border. Yes, let's delete this. Hit save, and this div is centered with margin auto property. Now let's discuss about inheritance, and I'm gonna make some changes here. Let's keep the border, and I'm gonna delete this property, and I'm gonna change it to margin, let's say dash left 100 pixels. Hit save, and I'm also gonna add here some lorem, and I'm also gonna add a paragraph tag here, and let's cut this text from here and paste it in here. Alright, let me fix this. Hit save, and this is what we have right now. You just try to observe the space between this border and this lorem text. Here comes an inheritance. I'm also gonna give a class to our paragraph tag. Class would be text 1. Hit save and copy this class, and I'm gonna give a reference here, our class of paragraph with followed by curly braces, and I'm gonna type in here a property margin left to be inherit. Right now we don't have any space between this border, left border, and this lorem text. And now if I hit save, this text moves to the right, and this is the inheritance. Now let's discuss about margin collapse. Top and bottom margins of elements are sometimes collapsed into a single margin that is equal to largest of the two margins. Let me give you an example. And I'm gonna make some changes here. Let's delete all of this styling, and let's cut this. Let's delete all of this coding from here, and I'm gonna give it a h1. This is heading 1, and I'm also gonna add h2. This is heading 2. Hit save. Now let's come inside our style tag, and within a style tag I'm gonna give a reference of our heading 1 followed by curly braces, and I'm gonna give it a margin of 0, 0, 50 pixels and 0 pixels. And I'm also gonna give a reference of our heading number 2, h2, followed by curly braces, and I'm also gonna give a margin of 20 pixels, 0, 0, and 0. And this is for the top, and this is for bottom. Now let me maximize my browser. Yes, I've saved the document, and let's right click here, click inspect. It opens up Chrome DevTools, and if you need to learn more about Chrome DevTools, you can watch my videos and find the links in the description below. And let's scroll down, and you just observe the space between these two headings turn to orange as I hover over here. Now technically the h1 element has a bottom margin of 50 pixels and the h2 element has a top margin of 20 pixels. If I right click here, inspect, and right click, inspect, it's 19.9, almost 20 pixels. What makes a difference? Yes, I did not add here pixels. Now let's inspect and scroll. Now we have got 20 pixels margin above this heading, and technically and logically it should be 70 pixels, but if I inspect it and hover over, we don't have any extra space between these two headings, just 50 pixels. And here we have 20 pixels, so it should have been 70 pixels. There should be some extra space of 20 pixels, but we don't have one. And this is margin collapse. The actual margin ends up being 50 pixels. And that ends the video here. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.